everyone. So we are doing our final fit test. Please ignore my background. It is atrocious. We are packing for XenaCon, but we're doing Malila and we're doing the hooded version for day 1 and unhooded for day 2. I do have the armbands. They may or may not make an appearance, but they're around. And I realized after I watched the episode that she has a sash, so we added the sash and got the wig out. I feel like I need to tame it a little bit because I feel like it's giving I want to dance with somebody when Houston, but it's accurate to her hair. She has light brown curly hair, but I'm gonna try to tame it a little bit, just a little bit, add some bobby pins in there. I again watched the episode and I realized that she has, that was the radiator scared the crap out of me. She has some new earrings, so I added some earrings. And this is the look. All right, y'all. So the thing with traveling is you never know how early you need to be somewhere. So I got to the airport 2 hours early. We made it through security in 1 minute. So in the past, it's taken almost an hour. It's just what it is. But we're here. We're at the airport, and I am getting some coffee. So that's the first stop. And a 2-hour wait. I got my book, so we'll see if I feel like reading. But I also have a 2-hour layover in Texas. So if I don't, get any reading done now, definitely then. Yeah, y'all. And so we're at DFW, Texas. Seen a lot of interesting things so far. But yeah, I originally had my flight was earlier in the day, and I changed it because I realized that I had, it should not have been even allowed, like an extremely tight layover to, well, an extremely tight connecting flight. So it was 45 minutes. I looked up the distance and it said it would take about 25 to get to the gate, depending on if it actually stayed the same. So, yeah, that was just too much. Like I would have like a 15-minute cushion and I was like, that's not enough. I'm gonna miss that flight for sure. Thankfully, I was allowed to change, not because I had insurance. I did not get insurance and I got the cheapest flight, but I was allowed to change because there was supposed to be inclement weather. So I changed it for later on in the day, and I have a 2-hour layover right now. And I'm so happy that I changed it because this flight that I'm on, that I'm waiting for, has changed gates at least 7 times. Might change again by the time I actually board. But it changed at least 10 times, literally. I'm walking to the new gate that it's supposed to be at. So yeah, that's what's happening. And I made sure to call the hotel to tell them that I'm gonna be checking in late, much later than I expected. That sucked because I was originally getting in maybe, I think around 3 o'clock. And I expected to like maybe go skate somewhere afterwards or do something. Maybe go volunteer somewhere actually. With all the devastation going on in California, I did want to make some time to go do something for the community there. It feels weird to be celebrating and going to like a convention, like feels very frivolous when you're just like surrounded by so much devastation. So I did want to volunteer. I did already donate money, but I wanted to do some physical in-person stuff. But I don't think I'm gonna have time anymore. So yeah. But yeah, so that's how it goes. I'm just ready to be there already. I feel like that flight over here, which was only like 3 hours-ish, felt like forever. So I'm kind of dreading this next flight, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully smooth, hopefully fast, hopefully I fall asleep. I did do some cat naps, but it was not enough. I kept waking up. But yeah, y'all, I'm at the gate. Thankfully, the rain has stopped, at least momentarily. You can see some puddles still out there. But that's why I was originally able to change it, because they were expecting like storms, severe storms, but it seems to have passed over, or, you know, arriving later than expected. Bro, right after I took that clip, it literally started pouring, and now it is also thundering and lightning. All right, y'all. I'm getting here a whole 4 hours late. I'm here! Yay! Here we are. This is my first time staying at the convention hotel. Did not want to be bothered with buses, trying to find my way, traveling back and forth. So let me just do the Pond Hotel. Hopefully they don't give me no issue because I'm checking in so late. But I did check in yesterday, just in all ways but physical. I knew it was gonna be some bullshit. My man said, "You're lucky you have a room." And I'm like, what do you mean lucky? I paid in full months ago. Like, it's a wild thing to say. Now, this being an expensive hotel, and upon arrival immediately into the room, it smells like old food, like somebody has left. Check the garbage can. Like a food? Is there a fridge in here? Like, it smells like old food. Then, like, this lamp is like haphazard. Oh, that's the design. Oh, like it's broken. The chair's dingy. I'm not impressed. It looks very dated, honestly. I was expecting, we got some popcorn ceilings. I was expecting something nicer, not gonna lie. I'm not very impressed. It's 1 in the morning, so it's almost 2 in the morning. So we're gonna end this here. I'm gonna try and take a quick shower, and that's it. I'll see y'all in the morning. Later on in the morning. Good morning, y'all. I am somewhat rested, but we're about to head out to go skate, but I wanted to give y'all a quick look at I kind of looked really quickly at it last night, and I could barely just see this. Couldn't see anything else, but then this morning, realized that I got a nice, cute little view of the mountains. Probably would be even better if, you know, if it was a little sunnier and it wasn't so residual smokiness. But yeah, I guess one of the pools. I kind of want to go to the pool, but also it's like not gonna get that much above. We're gonna be like in the 50s, 60s. The peak is gonna be 70 degrees. The pool is heated, and it's warmer than where I came from, that's for sure. But I don't want to be the only weirdo in a pool, like when it's technically so cold. But we'll see. I did bring my bathing suit, but anywho, we're out. So we found the second pool, and this is where the hot tub is. Also, And this one is more secluded, so we are definitely doing the pool. So I'm headed over to registration now. It is not my time, but we're gonna hope that they don't ask. I feel like when I did it last time, they didn't ask. I think guest people who were going were asking, but like staff wasn't, I think. So we're gonna go, we're gonna see. I want my Lucy Renee op. Well, yesterday they released a trio, which I was too late to get. Lucy, Renee, and Ted, which hopefully they have some to buy in person today, because that would be perfect. That's all I need. So easy. I walked down the stairs. Adrian said she was going to have a bunch of stuff too. I wonder where her table and stuff is. Sorry. Oh, that's why I was going to buy that shirt. That's fun. Sorry. Excuse me. You will finish. Sorry. Books. Sherry Appleby. Oh, these are convention photos. God, I'm tired. FASSounds stuff and more things. No, I want to go. Right, so grabbed my wristband for my GA admission. They were not letting in people early. Like I said last time I went, they weren't really checking badges against like the time slots, but this time they were, unfortunately. Another guy said the same thing, like they weren't checking before, but they're checking now. So I had to literally wait until like 6, and I showed up at like 5. No, even earlier. I showed up at like 4:30. Yeah. So I was out there just shooting shit with a bunch of Xenites. So that was fine. It was cool. I didn't feel like coming all the way back upstairs to wait for my time. So just, talked. And now I'm going to grab a quick shower. And then I'm going to actually go to the hot tub because, like I said, I found the one that's less out in the open. So we're headed to the hot tub. Just for a little bit. A cute little, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And I will see you guys in the morning for the first official day of XenaCon. All right, y'all, so we are ready for day 1, doing hooded Malila, stowaway Malila. Yeah. Let's get out of here and get down to the con. So it started about an hour ago. I was down there, but I was trying to get photo op tickets. Just turning off some lights. I'll be back up here in about 2 hours or so when there's a break in programming. But yeah. Do I like this? I should have put a closure. I actually didn't do that. But yeah, but anyway, I was down there already trying to find if they had a available photo ops, and they did not. Yeah, so they didn't have any available photo ops. But, you know, that sucks, but it's like whatever. However, which wasn't, you know, whatever, is that the lady was low-key rude. I went there and I was like, I'm looking for a Renee duo, a Renee Lucy duo, or a trio with Ted, Renee, and Lucy. And she was like, did you check online? Yes, it's sold out online, but I know you guys have had some in person. And she's like, well, if it's sold out online, it's sold out in person. And, well, you've had some in-person sales in the past of, you know, sold out photo ops online. It's just like, well, you were lucky. Next. I was like, okay, bitch. Oh my God. So that wasn't a great start to the convention. And then this older lady stopped me and was like trying to find some help with like the schedule, because they didn't have any printed schedules. Like none. So I took some time trying to help her with that. So I'm running a little behind. I think I missed the first panel, which is Paris, Jefferson, Athena. Yeah, we're headed in now. It seems like I'm not running late. Awesome. Program starts at 11 today, not 10. So I'm right on time, and also they're actually running late. It had supposed to the first kind of welcome and first panel was supposed to have started already, but it looks like they're running behind. So I see everybody still in the lobby area. So we're good on time. But yeah, y'all, that was just super annoying this morning, with the lady being like rude. But we'll see. Like, one of the volunteers did tell me that they should have in person, you know, photo ops for, you know, main cast, but the photo op lady said no. Somebody else said that they heard that there should be in-person, you know, I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna try tomorrow again, but I think it's that same rude ass lady. I don't know. We'll see.
To be so comfortable you forget you're wearing them, really light, and they're just sort of elasticized at the side, chain. So it was a really fast process.
And was that a wig that you were wearing?
A what?
Were you wearing a wig, or was that your hair underneath?
Oh no, that was my. Oh, I think there were some braids sewn in, but that was my hair. Who here knows the actor Richard Burton? Yeah, great Welsh actor, beautiful voice, and I think it was Richard Burton who said, "If you're the king, you do not need to do anything." Right? And I knew I wasn't going to do any of that, but I've told this story before, so forgive me if some of you have heard it, but I do remember there was a girl sitting next to me, and she said, "Aren't they all so beautiful?" I said, yeah, they are. She didn't seem to include me in that statement. So I said, "You're beautiful, you're fine, don't worry." Anyway, I did actually say that to her. I said, "Don't worry about it, you'll be fine." So when I went into the audition, I remember I started it in profile. And the camera was here, and there were about 10 people in the studio. There were producers, directors, executive producers, everyone was in there. And I remember I started it in profile, and then I slowly turned to the camera, and I remember clocking out the corner of my eye people looking at each other, and I thought, I think this is going okay. And I found out at 6:30 that night that I got the job.
Thank you. And you always that tradition. She was defended, and she definitely believed in Velosa, and she believed in Paris. Those were the core of everything that she believed in, because they represented all of it. then suddenly that's all disrupted because Therese gives the right of task to Gabrielle, or like the case, whichever one works for you. And she's kind of struggling to figure out where she's going to fit in with this. Then there was also this subtle admiration she had for this person who should be an Amazon and yet wasn't an Amazon, Xena. So I love to put characters into conflicted emotions within themselves, but they try to play it completely, impassive. I was going to say completely straight, but let's move on. Her background was complex, but as we started using Ethne more, television becomes a living creature. And the way that Danielle was interpreting the character, and the way we were discussing it in the room, that starts to diverge. So she ended up with her own unique history, which I think was wonderful. And even though I killed her off, that scene where she dies is the most Ethne scene that I ever could have imagined. Looking danger, death right in the eye and saying, yes, I'm dying as a warrior. And that made an impression on Bruce, which then created that complete complex part from that. I actually had toyed with Solari. Solari wasn't there for very long, but that was actually one of my favorite ones. So yeah, like I said, every character that I come up with, there's a part of my mind that is already doing a background check.
That one? Okay. Is Xena's little brother's name Taurus? Correct. Great job.
It's like Caesar.
How about that one?
Elder brother Taurus.
Yeah. Remember,
Was it Malaya who showed Xena how to do the pinch?
are you trying to say Malala?
Is it Malila? Was it Malila who showed Xena to do the pinch? Correct. All right, we need to find a hard one. They're too good. Was Melinda Clark, who played Velasca, originally up for the role of Xena? Yes or no? All right, the answer is yes. So we've moved on to the double final round now. 2-2. Let's go back to back. Here we go. All right. Did Velasca tell the Amazon tribe that Ethne killed the previous queen to turn them against her? You guys are so good. We're trying to pull out the hardest ones just to make this. You guys are going to be standing here for until the next panel starts as we look for questions.
Go down the list.
Yeah, that's what I say, because sometimes the easy ones can get you.
Did Morgan Ticinia Jolson play the part of Varia? Yes or no? We have a winner. You guys answered differently, and the answer is yes. That is who played that role. Thank you so much.
He's like working you in from the
Got a few hours, but I can't guarantee
I will guarantee
anything.
Gabrielle.
Get my Gabby. Already my darling.
I kind of want a t-shirt, but also I don't want to pay $40 for it. But that one's pretty cool. I like that background. That's a really cute bag, actually. But I don't need another bag. It's the official merch.
So day one is in the books. I'm back in my hotel room taking the cosplay off. Now it was not hot actually, as I expected it to be, because the theater was freezing cold. So I was really concerned about like sweating in this, especially this shirt, because I have to wear it again tomorrow. But it was freezing. It was freezing. So I was actually happy to have that little shawl. Tomorrow I will probably be freezing. Honestly, I might bring this just to put over my shoulders. But yeah, day one was cool. Got some people who recognized me. I did yes, no trivia. I got pretty far in the second round. For the first round, I almost immediately got out. But the second round, your girl was in the finals. And again this year, I got tripped up on a question that I knew. That's the worst. If you don't know the answer, it doesn't matter, right? But if you know the answer and you get it wrong, that's frustrating. And multiple people came up to me, I wish you would have won. You should have won. I was like, it's not a big deal. It's only like a $25 gift card for their store and nothing else. But yeah, it was just sweet. And right now I'm just getting out of the cosplay and I think I'm gonna go skating. There's a skating rink that's not too far from here. And their session is from 6:30 to 9, I believe. Skate for like maybe an hour and a half and then come back, and I will still be in time for karaoke. I also want to leave out and explore a little bit further because I wanted to see if I could find some place to stock up on some food, like some quick food, like some fruits maybe, and like something to drink, water, soda, things like that. So I won't have to keep buying the con food. Well, keep going to the restaurant in the hotel to buy their food. I've only done it once, but a lot of people have been complaining that it's super expensive. So yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to give this hotel any more of our money. So yeah, I'm gonna try and find something else. But yeah, that's it for day one. Excited for day two. So more people should be in cosplay tomorrow, and also the cosplay contest is tomorrow as well. I don't anticipate winning, but it'll just be fun to participate in. But anyway, y'all, I will see you tomorrow. I don't think, if I make it to karaoke, I don't think there's any filming really allowed in there, but we'll see. I was really gung-ho about doing karaoke last year since it looked so fun from the videos that I saw, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, see y'all tomorrow for day two.
Personally, ship a little bit of Boudica and Xena as past lovers. I was wondering whether you knew that, and if you did, whether you were playing into that at all, because I don't know whether it's just me seeing two incredible alpha females and just naturally thinking certain things, which is so beautiful, or whether there's actually, I wouldn't even think of that.
My answer is that's not something the director ever discussed with us, but what you receive is what you get. Okay, so I mean, there's the beauty of art, isn't it? You know, you can, if we just hold that mirror up to nature, and that's what you receive, then I'm going to go yes. Okay. Motte. Hemotonuatsu, which is like, you know, it's almost like, until blood. It's a bit like that. Motte. Hemotonuatsu. But another good one is Karafiwa, which is like, go for it.
Yeah.
And another one is Kokiri, which is like, let's drive this ahead. So there we go, I've given you 3.
Thank you so
But
much.
I think maybe for Boudica, Motte Hemo Tonuatsu, which is like, it's kind of like to blood and glory. I guess it's something like that.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Third place winner, Xena, the Destroyer, the Conqueror. By a slim margin, it's Tanya Esminia, second place. I never thought that a fish would win first place. Congratulations.
Which actually, I sang the song Stars for my audition for Galavan. Let me tell you about fear. Walking into a room with Alan Menken, having to sing for Alan Menken to get a job. Terrifying. So prior to that audition, the great cosmic joke is it took me 5 months to actually get hired for that job because the head of ABC kept holding out for a huge British movie star. And Dan Folkman was kind enough to just go like, it just one of those, there's times in your life, it's probably my word, you have an audition, you're like, this one's mine. And it doesn't always work out that way, but that was one where I walked in and I killed this audition. I had Dan Folkman and his partner Jess laughing their eyes off, falling off the couch. But prior to going in, I did the bit for, I did the scene for Alice, my wife, and she famously said, "You're not going to do it like that, are you?" So Dan immediately reached out to my agent through the cat river saying, "Just tell Tim he's my guy. It's going to take months to get they're going to give us trouble, so just don't be patient, he's going to get the job." So this huge, glorious movie star finally kept passing. And the head of network was like, every time they had me, you test for a job like several times. And I just had to be patient, but it took 5 months for me to finally get cast in this job.
It has endured the way it has. I mean, what are your thoughts on why it's endured so greatly? Well, it really does. I'm a big person about fans because first you need the material, then you need the execution. We are in Hollywood. I mean, things are started with, making things in Hollywood and what they've been able to create in New Zealand. I still tell stories about my experiences in New Zealand for the short period of time to my family because it was so rich. And you can feel it. You can feel it on screen. You can feel it in the characters, and captured on film, and just the lush gorgeousness of the people, and anybody that has the spirit of a warrior can understand. And so I think people can relate, and that's why it's had legs for so many years. And of course, Lucy and Renee, and just the whole every villain wants to be liked. Like, everybody wants to be loved. And so I just knew that having this spiritual, light, how much light can I beam out as possible? And that in order to, build that triangle and the possibility of a fracture in their partnership, and that it just needed to have that duality to it. So it was so cool. Plus the costumes were badass, and I just coming over from this side of the pond, I'm like, wow, this is so cool. It was so cool.
Episodes. Beautiful episodes.
Thank you so much. It was fun to you kept saying, just, you gotta hack her head off. I was like, don't be timid.
So we are on our midday break. I just finished some food. I'm so happy that when I went skating last night, I saw that it was right next to a 7-Eleven. So I stacked up on food and snacks and drinks. So I think I might need to buy one more meal, but as for the rest, we're good for the rest of the con. So just checking in. Like I said, I'm about to head back down for Sherry Appleby's panel. And yeah, there might be like a little game later on tonight. that I might attend. The party is also tonight. I did not get tickets because it was an a la carte type kind of thing. When I did Copper last year and also didn't go, it was included, but I didn't feel too bad for not going, you know, just because it was included. But yeah, I wasn't buying an extra thing that I'm most likely not gonna be too into. So gonna check out the game. There's also apparently a treasure hunt going on, so we're gonna do that. If the person still has like entries. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have any other things that's going on. After that, I'm really excited to relax, honestly. It's been a lot. I feel like I've been just going. Kind of just high anxiety leading up to this trip. And it's just been it's taking me a little bit to relieve my like a nervous system. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like a quiet night in and get ready for tomorrow for the final day.
All of us are back in style.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my next look. That's my next haircut. Yeah.
I can't believe we need to try it on just to make sure you're more than welcome.
I really appreciate it.
I was wondering, you know, Tara is a very diamond in the rough, I would say, but maybe misunderstood. Has there been any time in your life where you've had to break misconceptions and
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, I grew up acting, and my parents put me in show business when I was 3, and so I never really chose acting. So when it came time for me to sort of go after directing, I really had to sort of fight over being an actress wanting to direct. So there was like a misconception of what I was capable of and how hard I was willing to work and how much responsibility I can take. And also being a woman, you know, having to prove that a woman could call the shots. And we can. So I think there's like always sort of misconceptions floating around, and you know, my whole thing is I'm gonna persevere anyways. You can tell me no, and I'm gonna figure out another way to get a yes. So that's kind of the place I operate from. Thank you.
So I decided to skip out on Shop Room Frisbee because when so it's supposed to start around, you know, right after the last panel, but before the dance party. I went out after the last panel. I didn't see anybody. And I wanted to get some coffee, which is still the coffee that I'm drinking right now. Ended up chatting with some people from Germany, which is really cool. It was their first con. And when we were done, I headed back over and nobody was still there. So that was like maybe a half an hour-ish, 20 minutes, half an hour, and nobody was still there. I saw someone said that they were gonna start soon. And I was just like, I'm tired. So I decided to go back to my room and just chill out for a little bit. And now I'm just going to get some food and we're gonna call it a night. I'm trying to get up early tomorrow. We're gonna try again for that trio. So the trio is only saying sold out on one section of the website. So I'm hoping, we're praying that there's at least one hanging around. I am gonna buy an Alexandra and Renee duo. So we're gonna see when I redeem the duo with Alexandra and Renee. We're gonna see if there's some sneaky trios hanging around. But yeah, y'all, we're going to bed after I finish eating. Going to Denny's for the first time ever. And apparently it's a Z-night tradition. So we're engaging in some Z-night tradition. Hey friends, good morning. Final day of XenaCon. I am dressed down, not in cosplay. Even if I was not planning on dressing in plain clothes today and like, oh, I should do Malila again, right? No. Those grommets were, not all of them, some of them were not fully pressed down and they were digging into my leg. So that wasn't fun. So I was like, yeah, even if I wanted to dress, you know, in cosplay today, yeah, no, that wouldn't have been happening. But yeah, plain clothes today. I was hoping, as you all know, been talking about it the whole vlog, I was hoping to get a Lucy Renee trio, a Lucy Renee duo, or the trio with Ted. I thought it was happening. I saw one on the table and I was like, oh my God, it's there. My heart started beating so fast. My hand was shaking. I was trying to change my pin on my card because I couldn't remember the original pin, shaking while I'm trying to do that. And got up to the lady and she was like, yeah, no, it's not available. Actually, I realized that it might not still be available even though I saw it on the table, because people were still exchanging their photo op tickets, which was why I was on the line, you know? You know, to be fair, that's the reason I was on the line. But some guy came up and he exchanged his physical ticket, his PDF for the physical ticket she took and gave it to him from the trio pile. And I was like, oh no, those are people who haven't exchanged it yet. And my hopes were dashed. But it's fine. There's gonna be another convention. As long as the conventions are going on and as long as the actors attend, there's always the chance to get the trio eventually. There's supposed to be one happening on the East Coast next year. New York and Chicago were potential cities that were thrown out. We're hoping for New York, because that would be perfect. I wouldn't have to spend any money for travel besides, you know, regular train. So we're hoping for New York. Chicago is still decent. I'm right by highway, as always, in California, and an airport. I don't know, see that plane going off. But yeah, I did end up getting Renee and Alexandra tidings. So I'm doing their photo op today, and that's the only photo op I got this weekend. I was really holding out for the trio. I didn't want to, or the trio or the duo, I didn't want to spend the extra money, but when it wasn't happening, I was like, yeah, I don't need anything else. I'll just stick with this duo with Renee and Alexandra. Loved their camaraderie as Gabrielle and Aphrodite, and so I'm excited to get a photo up with them too. And yeah, after that, well, that's midday, noon, I'll be doing that. Ted is up first, then we have Renee and Lucy, and I think Alexandra is closing out the convention, which is a little weird. I think usually Lucy and Renee are the closers, but it's probably due to something in her schedule. Alexandra, because she had to push back her day coming too, so she probably has some scheduling things going on. Going in right now. Like I said, I exchanged my photo op earlier, so I was in the convention center and stopped at Adrian Wilkinson's table to finally see if there's anything of interest. I did see one of the original Xena dolls. So we're gonna go pick that up. I was hoping that she would have one of the original shirts, or the trading cards, but those, I went up there yesterday and one of her helpers told me those immediately sold out. So yeah, I was just looking over it. Everything's going to charity, so it doesn't really matter what you get, but I was hoping for something that I really wanted, you know. Yeah, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna pick up the toy. She held it for me while I went to go get cash.
Quiet atmosphere. Rehabilitation is going well. I didn't get into an accident, I'm just out of prison, so. Woo, prison! Yeah, you need to set higher standards, I think, for yourself. Have everybody seen, got a chance to see Lucy and Renee? That is awesome. That is awesome, yes. They are so charming, those guys, I gotta say. Just as charming as the first time I paid them to be my friend. Really were. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true whatsoever. Well, I am here for you guys to ask me questions, see what's going on. For those who don't know, it was an extra on a Xena DVD, I think, where I was just goofing around with my old buddy Bruce Campbell, and we were trying to figure out how to fill time, literally. So we just did a bit where I pretend I was like a rapper because Xena had ended, so I had no career. But I think his career may be over. Wow. Does anybody want a full-length T-Money album? That was some half-ass clapping. I'll take that as a big fat no. But I don't think so. But thank you for asking. But now I think, that comedy is cyclical. I did know that, So I was careful to choose comedians that were popular style of that time. Like now, Jonah Hill's style, for example, is popular. This very dry, rather cynical type of comedy. The broad, goofy stuff is more or less out, In those days, remember, the two biggest comedians in the world. One was Jim Carrey, and the other was, what's his face, Austin Powers, That might have been one, yeah. So that was on that line. Yeah, but thank you for the compliment. Long-running TV show for NBC, it's called Sequest DSV, where it was basically all guys. It was like 8 guys and there was like 1 chick on it. And it's a military show.
That's right.
So all day long, for 3 years, I'm going, crap like that. Killing people and hitting buttons and looking all serious, My dad told me in those days, he said, it made my living, pursing my eyebrows together and, being grumpy. That was true. And then right from there, I went to Xena, and I was like, well, there's no other dudes. I'm in New Zealand, I'm not in Los Angeles. And it was really refreshing, so I think that kind of, was a very nice thing, And there was no yelling, and it was kind of nice. It was a nice kind of change, and I think that helped to facilitate a nice connection between all of us actors, at least for me.
It was late at night, and I just remember everybody coming out and having our very last take of the very last scene. That was pretty crazy, because you just think, oh, you're going to go back the next day. But there was something special about it because everybody showed up. And that was pretty monumental. And I remember I think there was a lot of rigs, right? It was up on this giant platform. Anyway, the very last take of the very last episode was pretty sad, but triumphant because we made it, It's
Thank you so
first
much.
season. I would yell, jump up, and I would do all these jumping jacks and about knee lifts, up and down to get my energy up. I think that lasted maybe 1 year. Just looking at me, what's wrong with you?
I just wanted to crash their party because I can. But I just wanted to come up for 2 reasons. I will not be here long, but I have to say, they have somehow for 30 years managed to not put the 3 of us on stage.
I keep an American keyboard on my phone, so I have to dictate in American to keep my accent crisp. But yeah, you get a little bit lazy with it. So after the hiatus, I come back and maybe say some words wrong. I can't really remember, but yeah, you get used to it.
It's not really her voice, they have to translate it into American.
All right, thank you.
If you were to create a cookbook, would you or would you not have Joxer's terrible soup recipe?
We would have Jox's terrible soup for sure. Nut bread. Would there be like
Eels, no fish, no eels.
That's a great idea. Cookbook. Thank you.
So, I'm on a little break right now. I did my Alexandra picture. I'll put in a little photo of that, the neatly cropped one. And yeah, I'm just taking a break. We did also the block of panels just happened. So it was Renee, then Lucy and Renee, and then Lucy solo. Ted crashed the panel when Lucy and Renee were up there. So that was really nice to see all of them, you know, palling around and see the camaraderie that exists with everybody. But yeah, it was really fun seeing them. And but the guy who runs the con was like, they gotta go. I think Renee had to get to a photo op or something, or a signing. And I don't know why Ted had to leave, but he left. He thought he was only going to be there for a couple of minutes, but he ended up having a seat and was like, you know, answering questions. And it was really nice to see them. He said also that Creation has never had them do a trio panel before, which is surprising. But, you know, it was fun seeing them together now, and hopefully moving forward in the future we'll see another trio panel with our main cast. So that was really fun. I had a little snack in the meantime, and yeah, just waiting for the last panel of the day to start, which will be starting in about a half hour, and that is Alexandra Tidings, who played Aphrodite. She was, I remember seeing her panel, and she was, you know, cool, fun, had interesting stories to tell. So yeah, that will be it for the con. Oh, they're also doing like auction and hotel drawing. I have no idea what that means. But that's happening now, right now actually. Or soon. When does that start? That started at 2:45. Yeah, so that's going on right now. But I know I did not have any money for an auction, so we skipped that. But yeah, I'm sad the weekend's almost over. Let's go over the stuff that I picked up at XenaCon. Very quick haul. This is the extent, but yeah, got this sticker, these two stickers a fan was giving out. Yeah. Somebody had mentioned this one to me, like she wanted it on a shirt, which is pretty funny. Then we got a Z-Nights reunion weekend keychain, bottle opener, and I don't really have much use for a bottle opener, but it's also a flashlight, so that's pretty cool. Every participant who was in the cosplay contest got one of these, which is very cute little memorabilia. And the two stars of the show, finally Gabrielle has gotten a pop. So she is joining Xena. There is also a new Xena pop, but I don't love it, especially because she's holding a random spear. The original one is better in my opinion. But we got Gabby with her little stick. This is one of her more famous outfits, and I love it. It's awesome. I wasn't sure when I was going to be, oh, there goes Xena with the staff, not the staff, a spear. Like, interesting, with her hair blowing in the wind. Gabby's is also blowing in the wind. Collect them all as if there's multiple. That's in Xena font though, that's cool. Yeah, got Gabby. But we finally got one. I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to get one, but they had them at the con, so that was awesome. I'm at the con, and they were not outrageously expensive. I think this was like $13, I probably would have paid $50 for it at the convention, honestly. They could have definitely bumped the price up on this, and I would have not blinked an eye, but I'm glad I got it for $13. And then we have this vintage Xena toy. There's a smaller version that exists without all the extra accessories, but this is the bigger version, the deluxe, the deluxe edition, 10-inch tall, fully posable with accessories included. Now this is like the original Xena from Hercules toy. So she's wearing armor, more, doesn't look like Lucy at all. We're not, what in the world? What in the world is this lipstick? What in the world is all of it, honestly? But this is the original toy, like, so we're going with it, and we love it. But like I was saying, the outfit is more close to Xena's original outfit on Hercules. This is blue. I wonder if it has aged, or if it was originally this color in the toy. If the toy was originally this color, or if it has aged and turned this weird blue color. But anyway, I wonder if it could get a paint job and be even more accurate. But yeah, that's the outfit. Got the huge shoulder bracers. We got the cape. She has a sword, not anything looking like her actual sword, and we got the chakram, not looking anything actually like her actual chakram. And then this is the outfit that she seduces Eolus in. Very similar. I might make her a necklace similar to the one that she wears with this outfit. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this. I don't know if I saw it the whole weekend, but it was there on the last day. That's the 5-inch version of Xena right there. What is the date? 1996. Made in China. From Toy Biz. But yeah, for Adrian's for the donation, you also got entered into a raffle. So I could potentially win something else from donating. So we're excited. Now we're gonna see how I'm gonna get this home. Hopefully we end on a high note, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute at Alexandra's panel.
And I read the script and I called my agents and I was like, this seems funny. And they were like, yeah, it's funny. And I was like, but it's not a half-hour comedy. And they were like, no, it's a 1-hour action show. And I was like, but it's funny. And they were like, it's campy. And I, oh, got it. And it all kind of like clicked into place. And so I went to shoot that show, and Xena was brand new then. And I met some of the people shooting that, and then I got brought over to Xena. You know, it was all kind of like, I don't know, you get off an airplane and you're in a different day, and it's where the flesh is backwards and it's very confusing. And it's like a completely different climate, it's a totally different season. And oh my God, and you lose a whole entire day. Like you leave on Saturday and you arrive on Monday, and I always in the back of my head was like, what if I ever get interrogated and they say, where were you on Sunday? I just wouldn't be able to say anything. But so it was all kind of a jumble. It was all New Zealand. New Zealand was so So I just sort of did both shows, and I did that character, and then I started to hear from my queer New York friends, you know that this is like a queer show. It's got this whole like following and all of this stuff, and there's a whole subtext thing happening. And I was like, wait, what? Really? And they were like, yeah, they were in the bathtub together. And like I said, this was like in a climate where Ellen could do some shit turning out. So it was really special. I came out when I was 16 in high school, and I came out to my tiny little group of best friends, and then I was outed to fucking everyone, which is not how I recommend it, but that's what happened. And that was in the 80s, and you know, we kind of like, we rented on Betamax, like whatever we could get our hands on. So like Andy Warhol movies, or, I mean, really there wasn't a lot. There was like sad British gay men, and like crazy, like drug addict women. I mean, it was really nuts. So I remember thinking, when we were shooting Xena, I mean, it wasn't that much later, but it was a different generation already, it felt like. I remember being like, oh my God, this would have been so much fun. Like, if we could have just, like, instead of renting stuff on Betamax, if we could have just, like, all gotten together and watched the show, like, I get it. So, as I like to say, I'm glad I was there in those moments, for those of you who had those moments. We started chatting, and I was talking about Kiwi vernacular and like, what are some of the slang words. And I started a list, and Kevin really, really helped me with that list. And it was almost always about drinking. So it was like a one-up. Do you want to go for a one-up? And that was a one-up, not a run-up. A one-up was just like for one drink. We all know it wasn't just one drink. It was like one. Or a rhoda was one for the road. And I don't remember the rest of them, but they're all, I've been like scribbled them on the back of the scripts. Someone at one of these places got that script. But he was so sweet and so kind, and he was married, and he had a bunch of tiny little children, and he was so gorgeous. I mean, like, really just, like, that man's face was beautiful. And he would walk into a bar, and women would just kind of swoon. And he was so kind and thoughtful, and he would be really nice to whatever woman was like throwing herself at him. And then he would, within 3 minutes, take out his wallet and flip open the picture and show his wife, and show his baby, and all of that. And then he wanted to cry.
All right, y'all. Sun is setting. Con is officially over, and a good time was had. I'm glad I came, and looking forward to the possibility of it being on the East Coast next time. If it's on the East Coast, we're gonna be back here next year. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.